What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a love and marriage Huntsville extra, honey. I got some birthday readings, okay? Miss Robinson is coming through with some birthday readings. It's your birthday, okay? We will be talking about a Taurus, a Libra, and a Pisces. No, not a Pisces. A Taurus, a Libra, and an Aquarius. Destiny, Payton is the Taurus. Kimmy is the Aquarius, Kimmy Scott. And Maurice Scott is the Libra. Oh, another lion Libra. Okay, and just to let y'all know, them Libras be lying, honey. Remember Mariah? I know. Some of y'all rolling your eyes, sucking your teeth. Y'all can't stand, honey, when Miss Robinson gets to talking about Miss Mariah Huck. But she was a liar over there on Married to Medicine. Another Libra. Letitia Scott, another liar, another Libra. I got a cousin that was a Libra and a liar. And guess what? I think her and Marceau, they have a similar birth date. Maybe his day is the day. Yeah, maybe his is probably before. But what is up with you Libras and all that lying? We know Maurice liked to lie by omission, either leaving things out, adding stuff in, honey. Okay, Maurice, have you ever been around Martell while he was messing around with Ariane? Have you ever hung out with him? No, I ain't never. I wasn't even there. Oh, lion Libra. Okay, I think the one Libra from my family, I'll never forget, my auntie had said, oh, I was talking with her and she said she doesn't have sex and she don't be doing this stuff and she's not that girl and, she's a good girl. Turns out the heifer was a few months pregnant, honey, okay? Ended up passing out somewhere, okay? I think at her job or something. Just be lying. Just be trying to keep up a false image, honey. Monique Samuels, another lying Libra, honey. As the lie turns, okay? Is it this way, that way, the other way? Which way, okay? And that's why she didn't come back to Love and Marriage DC, because she couldn't keep up with her lies, honey. And we all see that marriage, honey, is on its last leg, honey. But anyways, you ain't heard that from Miss Robinson, okay? I wish them the best. I don't want to see a black family break up, but if y'all got to, it is what it is. Okay, maybe Chris Samuels, honey, would be better off, okay? Because I couldn't deal with Monique if I was a man, honey. She beautiful and all, but dang. She got Chris, honey, on a leash. But anyways, honey, I'm all over the place. But, that's how Miss Robinson is. So let's get into destitute Destiny, honey. Destiny is what y'all call her. Why y'all call that girl that? Destiny, I'm sure, is a good person, okay? Somewhere inside, right? Or is her soul black? Like they say Melody's is, honey, okay? Is her soul dark too? And it's so ironic Tisha would say that at the reunion. I'm like, there's a few people up there whose soul is dark and black, honey, but it ain't Melody, honey. It's funny you don't look at your husband like that. You don't see that in him, and you don't see that in Destiny, and you don't see it in yourself, but you see it in Melody. Yep. Okay. All right, so Destiny is May 1st, guys. Her strengths are she is calm. She is realistic. Am I looking at that right? Realistic, aware. And she's ironic. I think it's ironic that says that. Let's look at the definition of calm. It says not showing or feeling nervousness, anger, or other strong emotions. I feel like Destiny, in my opinion, does a good job of hiding all of that. It just seemed like it's part of her persona. As far as being realistic, it means she has or shows a sensible and a practical idea of what can be achieved or expected. I don't know about that, Destiny, because I don't know if it was realistic of you to be in a long distance relationship with La Barbecue, and then you get married to the man and y'all start having all these problems once y'all move in. I don't feel like that was realistic or practical, but I'm just saying it's not adding up. But honey, that wouldn't be the first time you didn't add up to Miss Rapison, honey. Okay, it also says she is ironic, which means she attempts to be amusing or provocative by saying usually the opposite what is meant. Now that I can believe. Okay, that is what I believe. When I see Destiny, I see a beautiful woman, but I see somebody that is a true Taurus, like a dark-sided Taurus that wants to look pretty and wants to sound good on the outside, but on the inside they have a lot of issues. Okay, they are very opportunistic. They are willing to use people to get, where they want to be in life, and that's not cool. Now, it's one thing to want to be in mutually beneficial relationships where that person has something to bring to the table, you got something to bring to the table. It is a fair exchange, okay? But I don't know, honey. You dark-sided Taurus, honey. Y'all something else. Okay, so let's get to Destiny's weaknesses. Now, guess what the first word is, child. Y'all gonna crack up at this. It says procrastinating. That's a weakness. That's why the damn Madani is always open and closed and open and closed. Procrastinating, not putting that work in. You have every reason to win. You are on a hit show. You are amongst successful people. I don't understand it. It's not like you are maybe one of us, okay? Where, you're doing stuff by yourself. You don't have no help. You got enough money, I guess, from the show to get help, so I don't know, you guys, but Destiny did say that she's going to be working with her cousin, and I guess the cousin is Demi, right? She's in the beauty business, and her and Destiny are going to be collaborating on some projects, so I wish her well with that. But it said it, honey. It said that, she liked to postpone stuff, put it off to the side, honey. That's not good. More on procrastination. It's when a person repeatedly delays working on assignments until right before their deadline for no reason, even though they know that it would be better for them to start earlier. That person is a procrastinator. All right. So the next one, honey, it says that Miss Destiny is, guess what it say, y'all? It says that, honey, Miss Destiny is lethargic. Okay, lethargic. What's lethargic? Okay, so lethargy implies such drowsiness or aversion to activity as is induced by disease, injury, or drugs. Okay, it's saying somebody that feels tired, worn down, having very little energy. We got that from Destiny when, she said that she was going through her divorce and yeah, they wasn't married for long. I was about to say at the beginning of the marriage, but the beginning, honey, and the end was very, very close together, okay, is what I will say. So, yeah, you could just tell she was tired from being a new mom, and, you know, in certain scenes, she just looked like, I don't know, she was on her own. She was by herself doing everything, just tired, just, okay. So the next weakness, it says, honey, that Miss Destiny has. It says that Destiny is blunt. Oh, and that means having a worn down edge or point, not sharp. Okay. And that means she is uncompromisingly forthright. It means she says exactly what she thinks without trying to be polite. I know I'm that way, honey. Okay, Ms. Robinson can't judge on that. I'm that way. It means she's frank, straightforward. That's weird because I don't know, honey. Okay, so I looked up more on the word. Y'all know when I do my birthday readings, I really like to go into the words and see what they mean. And with being blunt is being honest, but often in a rude or even aggressive manner. Aggressive, there's that word. And that is the word that she oftentimes she gets accused of being, right? Very aggressive, like just saying stuff, ready to fight and argue. And we seen that, right, with Stormy. We seen her try to boss up on Melody at the reunion. I don't know. I don't know about this lady, honey. Let's see what the book gives her in terms of advice. It says, in love, try to be more realistic. In your lifestyle, attempt to look ahead. Once you have made your plans, don't forget to act on them. Oh, it's talking about her business, you guys. It's talking about like all her ambitions. That is kind of what I'm getting from it. Once you made your plans, don't forget to act on them. That definitely, honey, that is speaking of Madani and how, you know, the doors are open, they're closed, they're, you know, and then she was in and out of that relationship with La Barbecue. This is before you married him. Why would you marry somebody that you was back and forth with? You know, we took breaks right before you got married. Now you shocked that it didn't work out. Okay, that don't make no sense. It also says take that necessary risk now, then in order to step up in life. Wow, that's her advice, you guys. What y'all think of that? Let's read a little bit more about her, guys. Her birthday, May 1st, is the day of ironic insight. Those born on May 1st have a talent for watching what goes on around them and communicating their ideas on what they want to see to others. Their capacity to express these observations, which most frequently deals with people, is generally either verbal or written, but rarely both. Ooh. Not overly talkative, May 1st people have a way of making their words count because their statements are pointed, concise, and sometimes contentious. Those born on this day leave little doubt as to how they feel on a particular issue. I don't know about that, honey, because the way Miss Kimmy was down to the reunion, honey, she said that, you know, it takes a lot of energy to get stuff out of Destiny. And Destiny does not want to share a lot, you know, with the camera. She wants to kind of protect parts of her life, but exploit, you know, Martell and Melody. She doesn't mind being all up in their business, discussing their affairs. Okay? It says, not only are May 1st people forthright, but they also show an active interest in the events of the world around them. Even the shyest take a stand within the family, business, or social group of which they are a member. And to me, that just points to her, kind of wanting to be on Love and Marriage Huntsville, to be amongst the who's who, to go to the parties, to go to the events. Even with the video that I just did on her, it talked about, her being all about image and probably not really having it like that, but definitely wanting to make it look like that. Okay. Yeah, that is kind of how some Taurus are, Those born on this day are not everyone's cup of tea, nor do they particularly seek to please others. They are, however, respected for their honesty and harmony and beauty. Therefore, they do not go out of their way to pick quarrels and demonstrate the capacity to avoid confrontations for the sake of peace and quiet. It says the chief defensive weapon of May 1st people against those who would disturb their tranquility is a pointed wit and a sense of humor armed with satiric barbs. Their tendency to watch and observe supplies them with plenty of ammunition. This talent for humbling pretension or arrogance usually succeeds in earning them respect in their circle. May 1st people know the power of laughter in deflating a big ego or poking holes in her overblown theory, not overly intellectual. Oh, we could tell. Look. Now that's one thing we can agree on, okay? They have a well-developed critical faculty which shows contempt for vague generalizations and spurious facts. That takes me to her and Melody. That really bothered her, guys, when Melody broke up with her over text without telling her, pretty much kind of ghosting her. And it was because Melody got to saying, I believe in a live, I saw how she was moving. I saw the things she was doing. And dark-sided Tauruses are sneaky, and they feel like you should be oblivious to the things they are saying and doing, not just behind your back, but to your face. They will do some stuff, and they just feel so much so like they are well within their right. Like, I have a right to be this way. I have a right to, do what I'm doing, right? Those born on this day are sensualists, enjoying heartily the delights of the table and bed. That means she liked to eat and she liked to freak, okay? They may, in fact, be more comfortable in repose, than in motion. Generally, those born on this day will not take big risks, but follow good sense in backing a winner. Okay? I told you I got that from her. I want to be around people that are proven, people like Melody. Even though Melody is a little younger than her, she sees like a strength and a energy within Melody of, I will survive. I will conquer all and accomplish all my dreams, hopes, wishes, and aspirations. Okay, Melody really has that spirit to her, and Destiny doesn't have that. And something tells me she admired that about Melody. She also admires that about Stormy. With Stormy, it's probably more or less though like her accomplishment in business, right? Like, wow, you're in the beauty business like I am. You could probably kind of help me, go to that next level if I stay associated with you, right? Because sometimes, guys, people don't really care about you. Like the dark side of Taurus, they don't really care about you as a human being, as a person. It's all about where you are winning and can they be around that, be affiliated with that. That could kind of help them get a backing. Like I said, you know, we all kind of get around people because we all kind of want to come up. We want to have relationships with people that are mutually beneficial. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's something becomes wrong with it where that's all you care about. You don't really care about this person as a human being, their health, their state of mind, the things they have to say. Everything is about business, money. When I look at La Barbecue. Don't throw no chicken at me, honey. La Barbecue. She got with that man probably off some money. Dark-sided Taurus, they love people that are set up, good pension plans, got plenty of money, can demonstrate. He didn't show her big, beautiful homes. He didn't show her beautiful cars. Like, he didn't show her she could have the life. That's why she married that man. And guess what? It wasn't so much about, yeah, but we had been together for so long. No, you got some signs, symptoms, and warnings and red flags from dealing with him that told you not to marry him, and you chose not to listen because you're a dark-sided Taurus and all you care about is that bag, about that money. And I'm all about getting your money, but not at the cost of your soul, okay? That's something that I never really go into direct detail with you all about, maybe in another video, but don't do things at the cost of your soul and your spirit. Okay? Never compromise your sense of value, your sense of integrity, your peace of mind, just so it can look, right? Emphasis on the word look like you're winning. Just so you can present a pretty picture, you can present an image. Destiny married that man off of image. Okay? And Stormy girl, I would watch out. I would really watch out because you are in the industry where Destiny wants to win. So I hope that y'all connection is genuine, is what I'll say, right? And I hope that Stormy is able to mutually benefit off of you. Maybe you could do some commercials for her, girl. But have something to offer to other people. Don't just be around people for what you can get from them. And this is kind of, I don't know what it is, guys. Don't think that I'm crazy or nothing, but I'm getting like that vibe. When I do my birthday readings, I be having like this feeling inside of me, guys, where it's like I'm getting this energy, like an opportunistic energy, more than I've ever had, like, for her. So, child, this book is shady. Okay, so it says about Destiny. In most other areas, May 1st people are down to earth and pragmatic. They are not given to wild flights of fancy when it comes to business, money dealings, or even artistic expression. In this respect, they are difficult to fool. They anticipate disasters and have a sixth sense for con artists. Y'all hear that? Not in any great hurry to make a success of themselves. Okay? Did you hear what I just said? I will repeat it. Not in any great hurry to make a success of themselves. Those born on this day will often wait years to achieve their ends. There may be a moment, however, a chance coming only once in life, which seized will guarantee their happiness only too often. May 1st people allow that moment to pass out of excessive caution, not daring to dare. Oh, I'm getting Sheree Whitfield vibes from Destiny. That's why she likes Sheree, because what she see in her is what she got within herself. Okay, on the first floor, okay, we see each other. That's what I'm getting, guys. The book is saying that, guys. It's not Miss Robinson. It's not me at all. Okay, let's look at her tarot. The first card of the major arcana is the Magician, who symbolizes intellect, communication, and information, as well as magic. That's crazy that she has the communication card. Over his head is an infinity symbol, which in some tarot decks takes the form of a hat, in others a halo. Many interpretations may be drawn, one of which is that the Magician recognizes the let me look at this. Okay, cyclical. I couldn't even see the word, honey. Look, you wrote the song and can't remember the words. And unending nature of life, and is empowered by this understanding. The positive traits suggested by the first card include diplomatic skill and shrewdness, but negatively, lack of scruples. And here's my last word. What did I just tell y'all? That your girl is in tune. What did I just tell you guys? I could cry right now. Opportunism. That's the last word, guys. Miss Robinson, you're a genius. I promise to God, you guys, I did not read this beforehand. I am so in tune with what I do. Okay? I'm that in tune with this. That in tune. Child, they is reading her, honey, in the health section, talking about she need to take care of her vocal cords, honey. They traditionally are a very vulnerable area. I bet they are, honey. Okay. To me, and I'm not trying to hate on Destiny, you guys, but to me, she just ain't got the best voice. Not like that to be making music, but maybe she likes to do it for fun. It's a hobby. That's cool. Do you, mama? Do you? Destiny also said she's an actress, so maybe she'll do more acting. I believe she just said she was in a play, so good for her. A lot of Taurus, they love the art, so, that's not surprising, right? Let's look at her meditation, guys. It says, in comfortable shoes, you forget that you have feet. That takes me to the reunion with Kimmy, of all people, getting on Destiny. Like, look at here, witch, you got your health. And I'm still running circles around you. And you not go sit up here and act like you the only one that they got to share their life. We all have to share our life. We all film stuff that doesn't make it, to the show. Because y'all know they have a lot of footage. Like at the reunion, I noticed how they baited us, honey. They made it look like Destiny was getting ready to spill all that tea on Mel. But she ended up coming out on the live. Y'all remember saying that she was helping Mel rent cars. Mel had filed for bankruptcy, and her credit was bad, and she couldn't do this, she couldn't do that. Like I said, I don't really believe it, not because I'm such a staunch Mel supporter. I'm looking at who Mel is aligned with, and that mother, the way she rocks with Mel, it don't look like Mel would ever have to worry about anything. So it's like, I can't believe that. Marcus loves Melody. It don't matter that he met that girl when she was a teenager. He really loves his sister. Because he'll get on that internet in a minute, honey, and bring it to Hook-Headed, okay? He will serve him, okay? So I'm just looking at how Melody is aligned with so many people. Why would she depend on her? But I can't confirm or deny, guys, I wasn't there. Maybe that is what happened. Maybe Destiny felt like, me doing for you, that's, causing me to bond with you. But I think Melody's seeing something in Destiny's character where she felt like she couldn't trust her. And instead of really thoroughly explaining that to her, she cut her off, but she cut her off inch by inch. Then she saw her go over there and, you know, mess around with Tisha and gossip behind her back to her face, honey, because you know them heifers, you know how they get down, okay? They don't care if they behind your back or in your face. They'll do it. So, yeah, that's what I get from Destiny, guys. But, yeah, especially with that meditation, I thought of Kimmy, like, how dare you? You have your health. You wasn't in and out of the hospital going through treatments the way that I have, you know, been going through. And you got an excuse for everything. If you notice at the reunion, they said, oh, will we be seeing Moses next season? Yeah, you go see him. You know, it's just if they show it, or if they, and it was, you know, it was kind of her always like making these excuses. We'll hear yes one minute, and then, well, maybe, well, it depends on what they show. Well, it depends. Girl, save it. Okay? You save it. You don't like to share all of your business. You are the Robin Dixon of the cast. You need to go. Okay, like I said, though, I think they will keep Destiny because she's pretty. A lot of people are superficial like that. Oh, you got a pretty light-skinned girl? Okay, let's keep her. Okay, I'm serious. I know the thought process, guys. I know it. And y'all should know it too, because you see it on some of these shows. Y'all know these people don't be bringing nothing, but they got a nice look to them. Okay? And that is how the acting world is. That's kind of how Hollywood is. You got that look. I know I used to be in that world, and I always would get that. Oh, you just so pretty. And of course, Miss Robinson is fine, honey. But I ain't no fool. I know I need to have talent, and I want to bring it, you know. But you got to have that within you. And a lot of girls, they rely on their looks. Okay? Okay. Now, just when I thought I was done with Destiny, honey, just when I thought I was done, okay, let's look at her numbers and planets really quickly. It says people born on the first generally like to be the first in what they do. So what is she? The first black, what is it? Beauty supply store in Huntsville. That was important to her, guys, because that is in alignment with her values of who she is. I was born on May 1st. I want to be the first. If a person is born on June 1st, July 1st, you know, they are going to have that mentality. Now it says, the sun tends to grant the qualities of warmth and a well-developed ego, along with a distinctly human and positive orientation to life. Those ruled by the number 1 have individual and clearly defined views on most subjects. Though May 1st people will try to avoid open conflict. And that kind of takes me to Madani and how she was hanging on to the door, saying what she said to Mel. Like, you don't come in here and not speak to the person. Why would you wait until somebody leave? Because you didn't want to have no conflict. That girl was in that store long enough for you to say what you had to say to her face. Okay, so this is her personality, you guys. Not open to conflict. I'm going to say something, but that's why Melody accused her of trying to have a moment because, oh, you say something once I'm leaving. Now you want to say something, right? It also said their obstinacy is apparent. Number 1, people are typically ambitious, but those born on May 1st may manifest this quality in more subtle ways. So she's not like most ambitious types, right? Okay. Let's move on to Maurice and Kimmy real quick. Okay, so we got Maurice, born September 25th. Will Smith's birthday is September 25th. Y'all know I love me some Will Smith. T.I., Tip Harris, his birthday is September 25th as well. These are Libras. So Marceau is an October Libra and Maurice is a September Libra. And I believe the September Libras are more mental, more intellectual, more cerebral, that lets you kind of think of T.I. and all them big words he liked to say, and you could kind of see some of that within Maurice. He's very different from Marceau, because he's more mental, right? Okay, so his strengths. He's hardworking. We know what hardworking is. Willing to put in the time to, meet his goals, right? Goal oriented, explanatory. He has goals. He accomplishes them, right? Determined. That means, you are strong-willed. You don't veer from your path because difficulty arises, right? Weaknesses. He is closed. Okay? He is insensitive. He is unforgiving. Let's look into that a little bit more. So I looked up closed. It said shut, out of service, finished, terminated, independent. That is very, that's interesting. And to me, that goes into him not being honest at that reunion. Not this past reunion, but that one before that, where Carlos was clearly asking him questions and he didn't want to admit to it, especially when it came to Martel and Martel philandering around with Ariane. Were you around him, to see his behavior with this woman? No, I wasn't. I didn't see anything. And he's the mental Libra, right? So they are very good at separating themselves from things. Like they could be in the same room with a couple having sex. I didn't see them having sex. I didn't really see the penis going to the vagina. I remember I saw him and Kimmy. They was like in their confessional and I forgot what they were talking about, but he was like, I could see him like mentally trying to get out of stuff. And see, the problem that he has with Kimmy is Kimmy is smarter than what he's used to. So, because in my opinion, I don't know much about him. I could kind of tell maybe he was manipulative in other relationships before Kimmy. And with Kimmy, what he don't like about Kimmy is Kimmy sees through things. And that's why he withholds information from her, because it's like, was she too smart? Like, have you ever been with a man and you was like way too smart for him to the point where he started lying to you and withholding things, and you find it out late about stuff because he don't really want you to know, because he know that, you'll go somewhere else with it. Like, that's why he be lying by omission. He feel like he has to. That's his way of having a step up on her, like a one up on her, like, oh, well, she ain't gonna know because I'm not gonna tell her everything. I will say just enough, right? That's why a couple of times Kimmy was like, child, I just got a call and I am like running out of time. So let me get on with this birthday reading, honey. Okay, it also says he is insensitive. Okay? And that means not feeling or showing empathy for other people's feelings or refusing to give importance to something. And we already know what that talks about, guys. Before Kimmy was diagnosed with breast cancer, he didn't really care about her feelings. He was trying to get her to be this porn star, have all this sex all throughout the week. It's annoying, in my opinion, that it took something as devastating as breast cancer for Kimmy for him to now be the sensitive, loving, kind, supportive husband. I'm not saying Maurice is a monster. I don't get that vibe from him, but like very like selfish, like very like, let me put a little bit more on your plate. You so good at it. I remember he was in a confessional with Kimmy. So good at what you do that, I just want to put a little bit more on your plate. That's why we got to get out of calling black women strong women, right? So, yeah, I heard him say that, and I was like, ugh, nope. So, and I think that Maurice was like a favorite on the show. He was like the calm before the storm. Like, we got how Marceau is narcissistic, selfish, right, and always trying to crack a joke at the expense of other people. We got Martel, narcissistic, selfish, entitled, womanizer. We can add that, because I do not believe that is a one-woman man at all. You know, we had Maurice, who didn't come off like that, but we began to find out more about Maurice, because Maurice knew, let me hide that. You know, I don't want y'all to know so much about me. That's why with Maurice, you have to really pay attention to the things that he says, right? It says that he is unforgiving. So that means he hold on to stuff, honey. Okay, not willing to forgive or excuse people's faults or wrongdoings. That means he can be callous, compassionless, cruel, cutthroat, dog eat dog. Okay? Okay, so his meditation. People hide more than money in books. Ooh, child. What does that mean? Okay, what that mean? Okay, so September 25th, the day of the symbiotic Taurus. Those born on September 25th live in a curious relationship with their society. On the one hand, they are dependent on it for their sustenance and ultimately their success. On the other hand, they are often openly critical of it and capable of ironically exposing its faults. In doing so, they may actually show how the social fabric around them can be improved and strengthened. Thus, their apparent negativity or probing evaluations can lead to positive results. Oddly enough, outside of their local sphere, those born on this day may be seen as living symbols of the area from which they come. So closely are they identified with it in their minds. What did I tell y'all? This man is mental. He lives in his head. In the minds of others, yet no one will be more keenly aware and critical of their neighborhood, town, city, state, or country than they are. Their relationship then with their home place is interestingly symbiotic, a kind of sharing that can be once advantageous and disadvantageous for both parties. September 25th people can also be highly representative of their family or social circle. In addition, it is possible that they may embody the values and aspirations of their company or peers, but nonetheless stand aloof due to their critical and questioning attitude. And I got that from Maurice while he's been on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I get that attitude. He has it with Martel and with Marceau. And I think he feels like he's better. Because it's like, yeah, I don't be saying stuff like that. Yeah, I don't be doing stuff like that. But you do it just in a different way, right? September 25th, people often have difficulty opening up and expressing their emotions. Honestly, in personal relationships, I will say this. Now that Kimmy has been diagnosed with breast cancer, I feel like Maurice is going to be a bit different, more open. We've seen some emotion from him being scared, him hugging his brother. All of that is good because it just shows that you are human. And in those moments, Maurice, you are likable, you are relatable. You know, we feel for you, brother. We really do. It says they can appear cool and distant on first meeting. They do, however, have a tremendous need for affection, and it may only be that A history of emotional hurt has closed them off a bit to the world. That kind of takes me to him having sex with all those people in that one night. That was his way of escaping. That was his way of closing himself off emotionally, not having, because I feel like maybe Kaya would maybe have did a number on him. Like, he's been hurt before, so I don't know. I get that from him. Like, and once a man has been hurt really bad, ladies, it could do a number on him. I'm not saying that it's right, but he will shut himself off from the world and other women and people. Like, he could have sex, but he can't really go there emotionally and be saying how he feel and stuff, okay? And something tells me he's did that with his relationship with Kimmy. That's why she found it need be to get a support dog, okay? I'm just saying. I'm just going off of what I seen on the show. It also says Maurice is a perfectionist. He goes over his work repeatedly in order to catch mistakes and shore up weaknesses. But this part right here was very interesting. It says, interesting enough, although they so often indulge in criticism of their social group, they do not react well to the criticism of that group by outsiders. That takes me to the YouTubers. He didn't like the reviews y'all was putting up talking about him and his brother. Okay. I knew that was personal for him to come out with that video. In fact, they can become defensive and curiously chauvinistic at times. Oh, we've seen it. Often September 25th people are able to form a deeper relationship with their society, social circle, and or career than they ever could with an individual. Consequently, those who are involved with them personally on an emotional level may feel as there is something already spoken for of which they can never be a part. Oh, wow. And that kind of takes me to that exercise him and Kimmy did with Dr. Francis where they were struggling. He was not in tune with her. He's too independent. And we know why Marceau is with Tisha, right? Because she's going to serve all his needs, right? And that's what he lives for. But with Maurice is independent. And remember, it took them a long time to get married. 7 whole years? Okay, took them a long time. And I think I saw something where Melody commented on that. Maybe it was in the first season. She was like, I wouldn't wait 7 years for a man to, marry me. And something tells me that was on Maurice. That was on Maurice to kind of, not rush and, get married. 7 years, that's a long time to be engaged to somebody, but Kimmy allowed it. Kimmy allows a lot of things, she allows Maurice to do a lot of things. So much so when she even got sick, it was very, I don't know if he go hang in there with me. It ain't no, I don't know. Shit. Well, this is a lie. Well, this is what he signed up for. He married you. This is how I know a lot of marriages are not like real. Like, y'all are not going into it really with these vows, because if you really took the vows seriously, you would have faith like, okay, I have this battle and I know my man is gonna have my back. I know this is gonna bring us closer. Kimmy's behavior wasn't like that. She didn't kind of got caught up with this slave mentality of she's here to serve him. Remember, he was trying to get her to have all this sex right before her cancer diagnosis, because that's what the storyline was. We not having enough sex, you not doing enough, I need you to raise Monster while I go back to school, and you done raising Jalen. Just put more on the black woman's plate, right? Because they look at us as slaves and mules, honey. Okay, I'm just saying. Let's go to his tarot really quickly. It's the 7th card of the major arcana, the Chariot. And it shows a triumphant figure moving through the world, manifesting his physical presence in a dynamic way. The card may be interpreted to mean that no matter how narrow or precarious the correct path, One must continue on. The good side of the card posits success, talent, and efficiency. The bad side suggests like a dictatorial attitude. So that means it's all about me, what I want to do. I told y'all. He's kind of like about himself. And Kimmy has to kind of add herself in. And that's really not a way to have a marriage. But I guess if you like it, I love it. Okay? And a poor sense of direction. Let's get to Kimmy, because I really like Kimmy. So let's get to her. I saved the best for last. Okay, so Kimmy Scott, born February 5th, the day of quiet eloquence. She is an Aquarius. Her strengths are she is facile. Facile means being neat and comprehensive only by ignoring true complexities of an issue. That means, she's simple. It's easy for her to achieve things. It also says that she is fluent. She's able to easily express herself very articulately. We've seen that on the show time and time again. Kimmy is definitely fair, right? With how she expresses herself. She's frank. She doesn't get too emotional the way some of the cast can get, right? Now she can, get emotional if she like cussing somebody all out, going off, right, on a tangent, right? But for the most part, she's pretty like fair, and what you see is what you get. Okay, what you see is what you get. Okay, y'all remember that song? That's Kimmy. Okay, so it also says she is graceful. That means she's elegant, stylish, sophisticated, dignified, distinguished. Okay, let's get to Kimmy's weaknesses. She is abrupt. She can be very sudden, very unexpected. She could be swift, quick, hasty, crisp, snappish. We've kind of seen her kind of snap on Tisha, on the show, and Tisha deserved it, and Miss Wanda, honey. Okay. Okay. We have antagonizing. Not Kimmy, honey. Okay, so she could cause someone to become hostile or angry. She can irritate people, get them upset, make them react. Okay? We've kind of seen her. A lot of what I've seen Kimmy do on the show is really defend herself, especially with Tisha and Miss Wanda. I've kind of seen some sneaky stuff this last season that I didn't like. I felt like she kept antagonizing Kiki, okay, getting on Kiki for not, being loyal to Tisha. It's like, come on, Kimmy, you ain't always been that loyal to Tisha yourself. Because you have an opinion of your own, and that's fine. You don't have to define your relationship with Tisha through, yeah, but that's my sister-in-law. Yeah, but you have your own opinion. My biggest fear I have for this show, period, as it pertains to Kimmy, is her illness will be used against her. As far as like, well, Kimmy has breast cancer, so, and maybe with her having that diagnosis, that'll make her be more on Tisha's side, right? Because it's like, but Tisha's my family. If anything happens to me, Tisha's gonna feel it the most, and that could be good, right? That they come closer. They are sister-in-laws, right? In all fairness, but that could be bad for the show because we miss neutral Kimmy. We miss Kimmy that challenged Tisha. Tisha does not grow unless she's really challenged, poked, or prodded. And that's why Tisha loves going up against males. She like really gets a workout with it, right? And I just hope Kimmy don't get to the point where she gets comfortable and complacent on the show because, you know, she has this illness, right? I don't know. I just want to see like Kimmy, like say how you really feel. Don't say it because she's your sister-in-law or you may still be sick in some way. Like really just keep it all the way 100. Be open, be honest, be fair, right? And that's how Kimmy used to be. So hopefully we see more of that, you guys. It says she's superior. So we kind of know what that means, like having a superior attitude. I'm going to try to see if we can get a little bit more on superior. Higher ranking, high level, okay, senior, upper echelon, okay, high caliber. The advice the book gives her is give other people a chance. Don't expect everyone to move so fast. Try to be more transparent. Look, there's that word. And make your motives clearer to others. People may not always understand your position. Yeah, that's kind of what I was just saying. Like, you know, be transparent, be real. Don't sway just this one way because of you're related to somebody through marriage. Like, don't do that. And that's one thing I really liked about Kimmy at first. I think a lot of people think I like Kimmy because I don't like Tisha. No, I like that Kimmy was fair and frank with Tisha and her mother, and she would get them together. She even got Destiny together, okay? So I love that about Kimmy. I want to see more of that. Meditation. Getting a fire started can be much easier than extinguishing it. Ooh, child, that's interesting. So it says those born on February 5th tend to lead with fluency and grace to most any endeavor. They have a convincing manner that in a quiet way announces that they mean business, perhaps less eloquent with words than with deeds. February 5th people have a reassuring physical presence that suggests they can be relied upon in a pinch. Those born on this day that do have verbal gifts often speak in a rather tense and direct manner, yet their speech has a compelling charm and imaginativeness. I guess, honey. February 5th people are insightful in their analysis of the current situation. Not everyone will agree with them by any means, since their opinionated views tend to arouse opposition, and their self-assured and somewhat breezy presentation can ruffle feathers. Most often, those born on this day only give their listeners one chance to understand. If they are misunderstood, they may not bother to clarify or explain. Therefore, February 5th people must become more adept at smoothing over differences, taking time to illustrate in greater depth what they mean to say, and finally, positing that they are ready to listen and cooperate as well. So basically what I'm getting is, honey, Kimmy can ruffle a few feathers, honey, okay? She seems to be very self-assured. They said if misunderstood, they may not bother to clarify or explain. And I've kind of seen that a little bit on the show where Kimmy would be like dismissive of people, like, I said what I said, like in a Nene way, like I already said it. You either get it or you don't, or we just gonna have to move on. Okay? We just gonna have to move on. We really seen it with Miss Wanda when, you know, Miss Wanda couldn't clarify to Kimmy, okay, you know, what Kimmy had lied about, right? So yeah, Kimmy has that personality where it's like, okay, I'm sick of this BS. I'm sick of it. We seen her get impatient with Marceau when they was out in Vegas and the whole side chick comment. And, you know, she could be dismissive if she is sick of your bullshiggity. We seen it at the reunion with Destiny. She was sick of Destiny denying, not showing her life, not opening up. Kimmy is sick of like trying to get stuff out of Destiny, and you know, she's sick of it. So you could see and hear it in her voice where it's like, I'm tired. I done did all I could do. Okay, so that's kind of what the book is talking about. It says February 5th, people often make a direct appeal to the emotions of others, but in fact, it is their mental, concentrative abilities which are their forte. Admittedly, they themselves are emotional people, but the extent of their success may well be in the direct proportion to their ability to keep the excitable part of their nature under control. Highly evolved February 5th people have a sophisticated poise, which it can be very reassuring indeed, especially in difficult situations in which they are called upon to take the lead. However, this sense of confidence can sometimes arouse irritation, particularly if they adapt or adopt a condescending attitude. So there's that word condescending. We also heard the word superior, right? From Kimmy. That means sometimes she can appear snobbish, superior. There's that word again, patronizing, disdainful, okay, arrogant. No, not arrogant. I'm sorry. But, you know, supercilious. It says February 5th people are often many-faceted individuals who show a great deal but also hold a lot back. They often lead secretive inner lives. That takes me to her relationship with Maurice. If she's like that, he's like that, and they have an understanding that they are both like that, right? Because when you get with somebody and you're able to accept them, you're only able to accept them from the extent of what you see in them, you see within yourself. So if you could accept it within you, you can accept it from them too, right? It also says February 5th people can be very protective of those that's dear to them, but themselves can use the backing and protection of more powerful individuals or organizations. And to me, that takes me to her husband. Her husband should have been supporting her, you guys, before this cancer ordeal. Most often, February 5th people can be found working for groups and organizations, contributing a great deal of energy to family and friends. Kimmy does seem very family oriented, very business oriented. What does she have? The title company with Maurice. She also works as a nurse. She's on, into real estate as well. They are much less frequently freelancers or isolated artists. That takes me to her telling Maurice, I'm really not an entrepreneur the way that you are. Entrepreneurship is scary. Most artists are entrepreneurs and they feel comfortable with that, right? And even those who are self-employed generally work on collaborative projects. What did I just say? There's a part of her, guys, that's not all that comfortable with entrepreneurship. And y'all remember how Maurice was trying to get on Jalen, and you need to do stuff like this, and you need to, and Kimmy had an issue with it because she like, hey, my son just may not be like you, okay? In general, February 5th, people must learn to let others catch up with their accelerated pace and make an effort to be more thorough so that their work can stand up to intense scrutiny. Okay, let's get to her numbers and planets. Those born on the 5th of the month are ruled by the number 5 and the planet Mercury, which represents quickness of thought and change. And then it also says, often called the higher octave of Mercury, rules Aquarius. Dynamic mental powers are granted February 5th. She's an air sign. She's a mental sign. And with her being an air sign and Maurice being an air sign, they have that in common, right? They are mental people. So they actually have a lot, in common. February 5th people along with insight into more universal objective truths. Whatever knocks or pitfalls those ruled by the number 5 encounter, they usually recover quickly, which is particularly true for those resilient individuals born on February 5th. That takes us to Kimmy's cancer situation where nothing stopped her. She didn't stop filming. She completed her chemo treatment. She decided to take this challenge head on, share it with the viewing audience, to serve as some sense of motivation for maybe somebody else out in the world that's struggling with this. It says, as far as her tarot is concerned, the 5th card of the major arcana is the Hierophant, an interpreter of sacred mysteries who is symbolic of human understanding and faith. His knowledge is esoteric and he has the authority over things unseen. Favorable traits conferred by this card are self-assuredness. That's what Kimmy has. She has insight. Her unfavorable traits includes moralizing. Very like a judgmental type of person. Bombast and dogmatism. Bombast means having an exaggerated importance, or it's like artificial with empty means. Ooh, child. Not Kimmy, honey. Okay, let's look at the word dogmatism. I try to look at the words, you guys. That way we are clear on, what everything means. The tendency to lay down principles I decided to skip over that word I was struggling with, honey. Miss Robinson don't read these words every day now, okay? Dogmatism, like being like a dictator. And it's funny because I seen that in Maurice's reading as well. I told y'all they have some things in common. We got something in common. Okay, they on they Bobby and Whitney. Hopefully not, fully like Bobby and Whitney, honey, okay? During their good times, honey, okay? Imposing one's will or opinions on others, okay? Implies being unduly and offensively positive in laying down principles or expressing opinions. I may have seen some of that with Tisha, where Tisha may be confused on how to feel about something. Kimmy, like we seen that scene where Kimmy was lying to Tisha and, well, your husband is your protector. You're his wife. He adores you, even though he be lying by omission. He can't get up to say a few kind words. He won't take you to Africa with him. Okay. He won't renew y'all vows, okay, but he adores you, okay? Girl, look at it like this. Kimmy does do some of that on the show, honey. No, this is what it means. No, ma'am. I said no. All right, you guys, that is all, honey, I got to say about that. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.